So, let's now talk about how you can effectively manage a transition from stable full-time employment to growing your business, considering the challenge of insufficient income to meet your family's budget. Now, this was actually Clary's question. Do you have the same question as well? Alam nyo, I also had that dilemma when I was a lot younger. If you've heard my story, after my first baby turned 1 month old, my husband became unemployed and I had to be a breadwinner for a little bit of time. Then, I also had a teaching job. So, teacher po ako and habang lumalaki si baby, kumukulang napapansin ko na ang sweldo ko ganun pero ang needs namin palaki ng palaki. So, it was no longer enough for her needs. And at that point, tutoring naman was out of the question dahil parang 8 oras na nga ako nasa school tapos mag-tutor pa ako. Paano na yun? Wala na akong oras para sa baby ko. Alam nyo, basta first baby, sabik na sabik tayong makasama yung ating baby. At that time, kahit na I was shy and I did not have many friends, even when I never wanted to sell, ayaw na ayaw ko talagang magbenta. It must have been my maternal instinct na it really made me decide to get a sideline. Or in today's lingo, it's called the side hustle, di ba? So I asked my co-teachers in the then Ateneo de Zamboanga, bago siya naging university, tinanong ko yung aking mga co-teachers, sabi ko, anong gusto niyong ibenta ko sa inyo kasi kailangan ko ng extra income. And meron namang a few handful of teachers na sabi nila, kailangan namin ito, kailangan namin ito. So I started to look for the things that they wanted me to sell. Wala po akong capital nun. Walang puhunan as in zero. I was living, kaming mag-asawa, we were living hand to mouth. But then, kahit na walang puhunan, sabi nga nila ay shamelessly, wala akong kahiya-hiya. Nagtanong-tanong ako sa mga relatives, nilapitan ko, mga friends, mga former classmates na meron ng mga tindahan. Tinanong ko sila, pwede ba silang magbenta sa akin on consignment? And most of them naman agreed. So, ang dami kong mga binenta na kung ano-ano. I sold rice, eggs, kung anong hiningi nila, small appliances. Sabi nila, oven toaster, Mami N. Mir na ang tawag nila sa akin. So, oven toaster po, flat iron, yung plancha, at saka yung mga malilit na refrigerator, mga 5 cubic feet. I sold anything and everything that my co-employees needed. And dun sa pagkabenta ko, syempre meron akong kita, I only spent a small fraction of my profit para sa gatas lang ng baby. And the rest, I plowed it back to business to be able to grow it because I wanted to grow my business big enough para pwede na akong mag-resign so that I'll have a lot of time with my baby. Yun lang yung aking motivation. Now, I know that many things have changed since then, di ba? Dati, walang cable TV. At that time, walang internet. Can you imagine that? Wala pang cellphones noon. And now, it's much easier to start a business than during my time. Bearing that in mind, and knowing that high-tech or low-tech, some things never change, here are the 5 tips that I shared with Clary. Number 1, Clary, napaka-importante is to plan and budget. Secondly, sabi ko kay Clary, save money. So I told her, start saving money from your salary now to create a financial cushion para dun sa transition period. Merong transition period na biglang magre-resign tayo tapos yung business ay hindi pa napakalakas but then at the same time, hindi na talaga kaya kung hindi tayo mag-resign. Pangatlo, sabi ko kay Clary, seek out additional income sources. So number 4, I told Clary, prioritize essential expenses. So panglima, seek support and advice. So remember, it may take some time for your business to become profitable. Kaya konting pasensya lang. But with careful planning and perseverance, you can work towards achieving your goals of finally becoming a successful business owner or even a business builder. The business owner kung isa lang, kung marami na business builder na.